What's up? Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. So today I'm going to get kind of vulnerable. And if I'm being honest, I'm pretty nervous to talk about this, but I thought it was important. So here goes nothing. Last week, I got a DEXA scan. And when I saw my body fat percentage, I froze. I set low bars. Basically, the low bar that I set that I didn't thought I was. And it really messed with me. And it's funny because, I talk about all the time, like honestly, the scale doesn't bother me anymore. But it's because I guess I thought I had a lower body fat percentage than I do. But anyway, I just want to do it, and the funny thing is, it's like all my other numbers were pristine. I had an insane amount of lean muscle mass. I had 0.08 pounds of visceral body fat, which means I basically have no visceral body fat on my frame, which is awesome because that's the body fat that tends to be around your organs and can cause a lot of problems in the future. People who tend to have like a really round stomach and it's like kind of hard, they tend to have a lot of visceral body fat, and that's the dangerous body fat that's around the organs. So anyway, I had basically no visceral body fat. My muscle mass was awesome. My bone mineral density was like 3.5x someone my age. So basically, I'm in the 100th percentile for my bone mineral density, which is awesome because if you've ever done like really restrictive diets, you lost your menstrual cycle, you're more prone to having osteoporosis and just bone issues in the future because you weren't fueling your body enough. It didn't have the materials to properly regenerate and stay strong. And as most of you know, I lost my menstrual cycle for like 6 years. So basically everything came back super awesome. But because that body fat percentage number wasn't what I thought it was, so basically before going in to prepare myself, because I knew it wasn't a good idea. There was a new business. He invited me to get a free DEXA scan. He's giving me a discount code to use with my clients, which is a great way to measure progress. The scale's not moving. You can see your muscle mass is going up, body fat decreasing, all that good stuff. So I was really excited to try it. Never had one before. It's going to be a great thing to use with my clients. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to look at body fat percentage images of women online to see, just so that I'm prepared mentally. Then when I was looking at it, I was like, oh, I don't look. Anyway, so basically, I looked at things and I looked a lot lower than I am, which I guess is really lucky because my body fat is distributed really evenly. So I don't have a huge gut, which a lot of people at the body fat percentage that I'm at do. So anyway, okay. So it doesn't matter because like in the grand scheme of things, I'm super healthy. My hormones are healthy. I have a menstrual cycle, a regular menstrual cycle. I'm not at risk for any osteoporosis, osteopenia. I have an insane amount of lean muscle mass on my frame. But it still bothered me. And that's like, even as a coach, like I'm still a human and I still struggle with the same stuff. But really, it's like, at the end of the day, if you look at in the grand scheme of things, you look at all the other metrics that matter, which is, I think I talked about this a couple episodes ago. Like a lot of people fixate on that number on the scale, and if it's not moving, they think they're failing. But if you compare yourself now to where you are before, or where you were before with all the other metrics, so for me, that would be energy levels. That would be mood. That would be stress. That would be strength. I'm the strongest I've been in years, right? And it's like, oh, okay. If I focus on that, like, that's awesome, right? I focus on, hey, I have a menstrual cycle really regularly. And a couple years ago, I didn't even have one, right? That means I'm moving in the positive direction. I dislocated my shoulder a year ago, and for months, I couldn't lift anything with my arms. And my bench press numbers are better than they were before I dislocated my shoulder. Right? So, like, focusing on those other metrics, basically, one metric doesn't matter. Like, if I'm looking in the grand scheme of things in every other part of my life, they're all really awesome. So, why do I focus on just that one data point? Why is that one data point bothering me? It shouldn't. It shouldn't bother me. So, let's say you step on the scale today, or you get a DEXA scan, and your body fat percentage is not where you'd want it. That's okay. One, it gives you knowledge of, hey, I'm not where I'd like to be. But now you have the actual data, so you can say, okay, if I want to get to this body fat percentage and maintain my muscle mass, what do I have to do? Now you have a data point, right? But don't fixate on that. Fixate on all the other metrics that I just talked about, right? Strength, energy levels, mood, sleep quality, stress management. Because, I mean, this whole health and fitness thing is a journey. So there will be times where the scale fluctuates. There will be times where your body fat percentage goes up. There will be times it's just your body is not stagnant, unfortunately. That would make things really easy, but things constantly change. So don't fixate on that number. I'm also saying this for myself. And again, things like the DEXA scan, body fat percentage number, your weight on the scale, they're really useful tools, as I touched on, right? It gives you a metric. It's like, okay, this is my body fat percentage. This is my lean muscle mass. This is how much I weigh. But it doesn't measure things like the mindset shifts you've made, your habits that you've built, the consistency that you've had, your relationship with food, and other things. Like personally, even like a year ago, I would beat myself up sometimes having certain foods or whatever. And it's like now I don't, right? And so you look at that just within a year, you look at that shift. Like yesterday, even. Yesterday, I overate a little bit for lunch. My mother in law made a delicious banana bread, and I was full, but I wanted to try it, and I had some. And you know what I did? Nothing. I didn't go and spend an hour in the gym afterwards. I didn't overdo it today in the gym. I didn't restrict my dinner. I ate my normal shit, and I went back to it, and nothing bad happened, and I'm fine. So, anyway, contextually, look at where you are now from where you were before. If, like, the same thing happens to you and you step on the scale and you're like, fuck, what happened? What did I do? Why is this number up? Or you get your DEXA scan results and you're like, holy crap, I'm so much fatter than I thought I was, or whatever. Don't fixate on that. Try to look at where you were a year ago, even a month ago, and see how you're improving. And if you're not, well, that's probably why then the scale went up or the body fat percentage went up, right? But progress isn't linear. So just remember that. It's your body fluctuates, things fluctuate. So don't worry about it. Life is not stagnant, unfortunately. Stress comes up, things come up. The best you can do is make do with what you got. and try to focus not just on that number, but on other aspects that are improving as well. So anyway, don't let one scale or one weigh in or one hiccup screw with you. Remember to look at the big picture. Things change, your body will change, but focus on the consistency, the mindsets, the habits, and those things that actually matter. And it's okay to want to change your body. I'm going to go into a diet because I'm like, look, I would like to be a little bit leaner than I am. And so I'm okay with that, but I'm not going to hate my body into shape. I'm not going to wreck my body and overdo cardio, over restrict, or whatever. I'm going to use a methodized, periodized training program. I'm not going to overtrain. I'm going to eat my protein. I'm going to eat whole foods. I'm going to hit my fiber. I'm going to get my sleep, focus on my stress management, and it'll come with due time. But anyway, so it's okay to want to change. But it's okay, but you shouldn't hate yourself to that change, right? So give yourself some grace. Acknowledge it's like, look, I'm not where I'd want to be, which is me personally talking right now. I'm not where I'd like to be. That's okay. I can get where I'd like to be. It might not be as quick as I want. It might take a lot longer than I want, which is usually the case. But I'm going to get there. And get there the right way. So anyway, if you've ever let a number, like the body fat percentage, the number on the scale, make you feel like you're failing, you're not alone. I've been there. I was there last week. But you're so much more than that number. And that's what I want to emphasize in this episode. The number on the scale and your body fat percentage are great metrics, but they don't define you. And they don't take away from all the other awesome things that you're doing. You're more than a number. So remember that. So anyway, if this resonated, if this hit home, like it, rate it, share it, subscribe. And hit me up on Instagram and let me know that I'm not alone. I'd appreciate it. It's very vulnerable. But yeah, anyway, hope this helps. So I will catch you on the next one. See ya.